So hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about mindful questioning or conscious questioning. This is a technique that I have found recently and I think it really works well for building long-term habits, especially health related habits and weight loss related habits. So the idea behind this technique is that you're asking yourself important, relevant questions. Questions which are connected with the idea of reaching certain goals that you have set for yourself. And while you're trying to be honest with yourself, while you're asking yourself these important big questions and you're answering them, you kind of learning yourself better. You are building self-trust and you're becoming a person who is not just acting on some kind of thoughts or ideas that they suddenly have, but who can pause, stop, analyze the situation and already make a decision how you want to act on that particular idea or thought. First of all, what kind of questions we are talking about? Let's say if we're talking about food related questions. Let's say you had this idea that you want to eat ice cream or cake or something. And once you have this idea, you're not just immediately run to your fridge or order something or go to shop. No, you first of all kind of pause, give yourself a little time and you ask yourself, why I want to eat this ice cream? Am I really hungry? Is it emotional hunger or is it a physical hunger? Why do I want to eat this ice cream? Is it because I want to feed my body? Or am I bored? Am I sad? Am I stressed? Or I'm trying to cover some kind of issues that I'm having right now with the help of this food. And it doesn't mean that you kind of will not buy that ice cream or you will not eat that ice cream. It's not always gonna be like that. Again, it depends on your answer. But the idea is that we are kind of breaking the loop of this autopilot, of this automatic habit. We just pause and we're trying to ask questions before we will make certain decision or we will act on certain decisions. Or it can be something like, why I want to skip walking today? Why I don't want to do my exercises today? Am I really tired? Maybe I'm not feeling really physically well today or emotionally well today. Or maybe just I'm really bored. Or maybe I don't find this interesting anymore and maybe I need to try a different type of exercise. Or maybe this kind of routine is not for me, so I'm forcing myself. Or maybe I'm just not the one who believes I can reach my goal anyway, so I prefer to give up before it's gonna be even worse. Or really useful questions that I have recently found somewhere and I think they really work well for me. It's like, how do I feel 10 minutes later after that? So will I be happy? For example, I decided to eat this cake. How I am going to feel 10 minutes later, 1 hour later, tomorrow. The way that I have decided to skip walking today, is it something that gonna bring me to my goal? So I have set some certain goals for myself. I decided I want to be this healthy person, this active person. So my activity today, this is something that I'm going or not going to do. What's gonna happen to my goal? Am I going to reach my goal if I do this? Or is it going to put me behind my goal in case I'm going to do it? Another pretty nice question, it's like, imagine that my friend, my family member, my partner, my child is experiencing exactly the same problem. What would I tell them and what should they do? I think they should do in order to keeping in mind my best interest for them. So this should be people whom I love. So I love them, I want to help them, I want the best for them. What would be my recommendation for them then, in case they're having this kind of doubt? Another nice question, if we imagine ideal version of ourselves, future me, who already have reached all those goals that I have set for myself, how would she react to that? For example, if I could see her and ask her the same question, like, should I eat this cake? Should I skip walking today? What would she tell me? And I already know that she has reached those goals that I have set for myself. It's kind of like mind-opening, eye-opening questions, because you see, okay, in order to be there is something I need to do today, and there is no shortcuts, or there are shortcuts. Maybe if I do this today, if I'm not going to skip my healthy meal today, if I'm not going to skip my walking routine today, this will be my shortcut to that ideal version of me. Or maybe in case I feel lazy or bored or whatsoever, and I decided not to do what I'm supposed to do, then it will make my road to that person, to that desired state, way longer. Do I want to do it? Do I want to make my health journey, my weight loss journey even longer, or I want to make it faster, and I want to reach my goals and be that person? And there are a couple of things that I think might be useful. First of all, I think we should keep it simple. Of course, if you have time and you have like desire to dig deeper, you can make this questioning like 1 hour long therapy session. You can sit, give yourself time, burn a candle, put on some nice relaxing music, and think and talk to yourself. And I think it will be really helpful, really something that kind of help you to do it. But we do not always possess that time. And sometimes only the idea of thinking like, oh my God, I need to spend 1 hour in that, and I'm already so tired, so it's better I go and eat that bowl of ice cream instead of sitting and digging inside my head and deciding why I want to eat that ice cream. So make it simple. Let's make it just one simple question, like, why do I want to eat ice cream? Am I hungry? Am I bored? Am I sad? Am I stressed? And just answer this question. And maybe you will not see the results right away, but it's kind of going to break that automatic behavior, that automatic mode loop of your habits. So it will increase chances that maybe the decision to eat or not to eat that ice cream, or to skip or not to skip that walking routine, will be kind of different. Another thing that I find pretty useful is to have the right attitude for questioning. So instead of judging yourself, it's like, there is something wrong with me because I want to eat that ice cream, or I want to skip that walking. So like I am analyzing and already judging myself. Or it can be a sense of curiosity. So you first probably will need like kind of like fake it, create this fake idea of, oh my God, I'm so curious, why I want to eat this ice cream today instead of eating my proper meal, or why I want to stay on my bed, staying on the sofa and do nothing instead of going to this nice beautiful place and walk under the sun. And you just like kind of listen to yourself, asking yourself these questions, and you are not expecting to judge the answer, because your inner voice will be even afraid to kind of ask this question. The idea is that you make the real curiosity, like, I didn't know that about myself. So it seems if I'm really stressed or if I'm really bored, then I'm doing this type of activity. So it's not because I have no willpower or I'm like a failure or something. Oh no, it's just because like some kind of habit, some kind of habit loop that I keep repeating. So I may as well break this one. My next point is connected with type of questions you may ask yourself. So if we talk about food related question, it can be something like, why do I want to eat that? Is it a physical or is it emotional hunger? Is there something else that I can eat or I can do in order not to be bored or stressed or something like that? what would be the slim version of me do in this action? If it's sport related, again, very similar approach. Why do I want to skip this exercising? Is it gonna help me to bring me to that particular goal that I keep in my mind? Is the ideal version of me who would approve this decision? If I would recommend similar strategy to my loved ones, what would be my answer? If I would be a coach and coaching somebody, what I would recommend to my client in order for them to reach their goal. And if I look back from my future me into past, how would I analyze and what kind of words I would choose to myself, to tell myself in order to prevent myself from acting on that? Those are really important questions. Next point, which I also think it's pretty useful, is to write it down. Maybe it's not something that works for everyone. For some people it's like better to just talk or just pause somehow, but I find it useful, at least for me. So I'm talking about journaling. It may take a bit more time than when you just pause and ask yourself some questions, but at the same time it can be more efficient because you actually pause, and this timing before you have impulse to eat ice cream, let's say, and the actual eating ice cream process, you create a longer pause, so you have more chances to break this loop, to break this habit, and make a more suitable decision for yourself. So in total, I do believe this is a very powerful technique. It helps us to build self-trust, because we already people who act on our goals, who know what to do, how to handle, how to manage themselves in order to reach the goals that we have set for ourselves. And it may be not perfect, and it may take some time before you will be at the place where you even can pause for yourself, because sometimes we are on such an autopilot that we have this idea in our head, like, I want to ice cream, I want to eat this ice cream. You just go and eat that ice cream. So you are not even like stopping, you are not even considering alternative options. But while you keep practicing it and keep asking yourself questions, it's gonna be easier and easier. And you are going to be that kind of person who is not acting on their impulses. The person who has a certain goal in mind, and they keep reaching that, and they make decision based on what kind of person they want to be. And it doesn't mean that you cannot eat that ice cream, and it doesn't mean that you are forbidden to skip your exercises. Of course, no. The only idea here is to be honest with yourself. Why you really want to eat that ice cream? Why you really want to skip that exercise? Is it like something that you truly believe in? Is it like because you're really tired? Or is it because you're just upset? And if you're upset and you want to eat ice cream, that's also fine. Just at least you need to be honest with yourself. You should be very specific why it's happening. And if you know yourself, then you can offer yourself alternative options. What else can you do in order to calm yourself down, or in order not to be stressed or not to be bored? Maybe there are some alternative options which still will be as efficient as food, but maybe they will increase your chances to come to your goal, to reach your goal. So I hope you find this video useful. If you like it, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.